This is the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Wednesday, the 8th of January. This is James Spann. All eyes are on Friday. Potential for a winter storm over parts of north, parts of central Alabama. How much snow? What about travel? Again, a lot of questions here. We're getting close to the event, so with each passing hour, forecast confidence grows. But still, there are many questions, so let's see if we can find some answers. Here's the upper air look, and the trough that will be driving the winter storm is what you see that's southwest of Phoenix over Baja California, and that will be lifting out, providing some very inclement weather across the southern U.S. in coming days. But today we're dry. Visible satellite view, nothing but sunshine across the state. Got a few clouds up in the northeastern corner, but looking good. And again, we're in between systems, so the nation is relatively quiet today. We're still having a hard time warming up. Temperatures are only in the 30s over North Alabama. In fact, it's only 32 at Cullman. Huntsville, below freezing at 31. That's 25 degrees below average for the 8th of January. Montgomery, 39. We've got low to mid-40s down in Dothan and Mobile. So the winter storm watch has not changed. The county's in blue on this map, and this is for Friday. The winter storm watch in Alabama as far south as Millport, Birmingham, Sylacauga, and Roanoke. And understand, if you're south of the winter storm watch, there still could be some icing issues, but the more meaningful winter storm impacts will likely be in the blue counties here. And the Weather Service offices in Birmingham and Huntsville will be upgrading this to a winter storm warning, most likely early tomorrow morning. And we note off to the west, you can see winter storm warnings, the counties in pink on that map, for a pretty good chunk of Arkansas, parts of northwest Louisiana into northeastern Texas, and that does include Dallas-Fort Worth. Dallas-Fort Worth, probably an inch or two of snow with this tomorrow and tomorrow night. And understand, a winter storm warning in Dallas is not the same as a winter storm warning in Buffalo. But this certainly could create some issues out there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area tomorrow. There could be some thunder tonight for parts of West Texas, nothing severe. Tomorrow, maybe some thunder again for parts of South Texas and South Louisiana. And then on day 3, which is Friday, there's actually a chance we could hear some thunder on the Gulf Coast, Mobile, Panama City Beach, New Orleans. But up this way, at this point, thunder snow is not expected. That's one question we've had. Could we have thunder snow somewhere on Friday? I guess it's possible, but not especially likely. So this is the precipitation for the next 7 days. For South Alabama, all rain. And most all this will be Friday. And this is going to be a good rain. Rain amounts of 1 to 2 inches for South Alabama. And again, as you work your way north, some of this will be rain, some of this will be snow. And for the Tennessee Valley, most of it will be snow. So here we go, all the new data. We'll look at it together. This is the GFS, the 12Z run. This is tomorrow afternoon at 3. The big trough that was southwest of Phoenix, that's beginning to lift out. And Texas will have a very messy day tomorrow with rain for the southern part of the state and ice and snow for the northern part. But again, for us, one more dry day. Tomorrow morning is going to be cold. We've had a reinforcing surge of colder air coming in here today. Tomorrow morning, a number of locations over North Alabama should be in the teens. So that's one consideration, is that the infrastructure will be cold in advance of this approaching winter storm. The sky will be sunny. Highs tomorrow should be mostly in the 40s. So Friday, there you go. That's your winter storm. Got a surface low that's located over Baldwin County near Bay Minette, if this works out. So let's get right to it. This is the high-resolution HRR model, HRRR. That's high-resolution rapid refresh, and this is valid Friday morning at 6 o'clock. Surface temperatures very close to 32 over the northern third of the state, Interstate 20 and north. Almost everybody either 31 or 32. And again, there should be some evaporative cooling at the onset of this event. And oftentimes, evaporative cooling will bring those numbers down by 3, 4, maybe 5 degrees. We'll see. But again, temperatures will be at or just below freezing for the northern third of the state. And this is what the radar could very well look like Friday morning at 6 o'clock. And again, remember, all models are wrong. Some are useful. But again, this is just a guideline. So Friday morning at 6 o'clock, and again, coming off the HRR, high-resolution rapid refresh, the blue, that would be snow. And this is suggesting we might see a few snowflakes as far south as Tuscaloosa, Calera, Ashland, Wadowee. On that map, the pink, that's potential for some freezing rain. If we get evaporative cooling and the numbers come down to freezing, we might see a touch of freezing rain as far south as Montgomery, Auburn, Opelika, Phoenix City. Very iffy in through there. And then for the rest of South Alabama, just rain falling. And that certainly could impact travel early Friday morning. And already I see a lot of schools are closing over the northern half of the state on Friday. But look what happens. Look what happens here. This is noon on Friday. That warm air advection process turns the snow and wintry precipitation into mostly rain for places like Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, but still snowing in the Tennessee Valley, Huntsville, the Shoals, Athens, Scottsboro. And that's the concept for Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston. We start with wintry precipitation, snow, maybe some freezing rain. And then during the day, we see the changeover to just simply a cold rain with temperatures creeping up into the middle 30s, a little above freezing. Just a miserable cold rain falling through the afternoon. And if that's the case, if this happens, then obviously travel conditions could improve some for Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, and Point South Friday afternoon and Friday night. However, from Cullman north, we've still got temperatures sitting around 31, 32 with snow still falling there. So this is 6 o'clock Friday evening. Everything starts to wind down. Most of this big precipitation mass should be over by 9 or 10 o'clock Friday night. Still snowing near the Tennessee state line, mainly north of the Tennessee River. Evidence of maybe some sleet or freezing rain down into parts of East Alabama, but mostly rain below the Tennessee River. So how much snow? And again, you know, these model snow maps, you've seen a million of them. You're probably tired of looking at them. And really, at this point, you want to be looking at this product. This is the national blend of models. It takes all the model output and really does a good job of assimilating that into a product that shows the mean of the members of the various models. And I think this is the right approach. And the numbers have come down in terms of snow accumulation. Again, this is the latest NBM, and this is suggesting snow totals of about 2 inches near and north of the Tennessee River, extreme North Alabama. 1/2 to 1 inch for Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, Tuscaloosa, barely anything, at just, what, 3/10 of an inch. And again, Cullman, about 1.5 inches of snow. And we're going to see some ice involved. This is the potential ice accumulation. Probably not much, and this is from freezing rain. But again, the Weather Service, they continue to be pretty aggressive. They have not changed their forecast. This is a vetted product. This is not model output. This is from the Weather Service offices in Huntsville and Birmingham. And again, the Weather Service in Huntsville, they've got amounts in the Tennessee Valley in the 4 to 6 inch range for most locations. Northeast of Birmingham, up toward Gadsden, the amounts there 2 to 3 inches. South of Interstate 20, maybe 1/2 inch, and possibly 1 inch around Tuscaloosa. But again, if you look at the latest output from the NBM, and again, that's based on that, kind of warm nose pushing in from the south and a change over to rain, the numbers might be a little aggressive off that Weather Service forecast. We'll see if they change things later tonight. But again, I just think the NBM is on it. And still, this is a very meaningful, impactful winter storm for parts of North Alabama. Could we achieve 4 to 6 inches? Sure. But again, we'll just watch the model trends. And of course, this forecast will change again. This is Wednesday. The event is Friday. But just be aware that we'll have most likely icy travel from Interstate 20 north early Friday morning. And maybe some icy spots south of Interstate 20 early Friday morning. Maybe down to Interstate 85 for a very brief time. And then during the day, the snow and the freezing rain changing over to just a cold rain for a pretty good chunk of the state. That should hopefully ease the travel issues, except for the Tennessee Valley, where they could see snow for much of the event, Friday afternoon and Friday night. And if that can happen, they might achieve those 4 to 6 inch totals there. But if they do see a change over to rain up there, of course, those numbers would be lower. So again, we'll be watching trends. And the other questions people have, what about travel Saturday morning? Well, there could be some black ice issues. Saturday morning, temperature should be below freezing over the northern half of the state. So for any leftover moisture, there could be some icy spots Saturday morning. Again, down to Birmingham and Anniston. and maybe even parts of central Alabama. And then Saturday, again, we stay in the 30s. We should see some improvement. We should be above freezing. And again, Sunday morning up in the Tennessee Valley, they might still have some issues with ice and travel early Sunday because of that increased snow there. But again, for Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, again, we'll see that improvement Friday afternoon, maybe some black ice Saturday morning, and then a pretty good improvement by Saturday afternoon. But remember, we're not in the business of forecasting road conditions here. I think that's one thing where we get in trouble. I was told years and years ago, tell them what you know and don't tell them what you don't know. And we were trained in the atmosphere. We were not trained in forecasting ice accretion on roads. And I know that's what people want to know, but we want to refer people, if you're in Alabama, to the ALDOT site, that Algo Traffic website, as we get into this. I have absolutely no knowledge of future road conditions, but that site will help you tremendously as we get into it. So again, Saturday, it's all gone. There might be a few morning flurries. The high Saturday, mid-30s for North Alabama, close to 40 in South Alabama. Now, Sunday morning, we're dry. It will be a clear sky, but it's going to be very cold, especially where there's snow cover in North Alabama. Sunday morning, we could easily see some low teens where there's snow cover, 10 to 15 degrees. Probably teens down to Birmingham, and then we go in the 40s on Sunday afternoon. And next week looks pretty dry. This is Monday and this is Tuesday. Highs in the 40s, lows in the 20s. By the way, a little clipper is passing north of the state. That'll bring some reinforcing cold, dry air for Wednesday. This is a week from today, Wednesday the 15th. A zonal flow, and again, cold and dry with lows in the 20s and highs in the 40s. Let's go out 10 days. This is Saturday the 18th, the trough approaching, and that looks like our next chance of rain. And that would be rain, a surface low near Jackson. Snow with this feature should be far north of here. Chicago, Grand Rapids, Milwaukee, Indianapolis, places like that, based on the way it looks now. We'll check the snow plume product. And I do like this. You know the deal. I like this product. This is coming from the European Global Model. 51 members, 51 lines. And the top end outlier is at 11 inches for Birmingham. Whoa. But that's an outlier. The bottom outliers are down there at basically nothing. So that's your range. The mean is what you're looking for. And in this case, it's the green line on that map. And quite frankly, the European is the most aggressive model with the snow for Birmingham. It's got snow totals here 3 inches. I don't think we achieve that. Birmingham might not get that much. I think it starts off as snow, then we'll see that change over to rain. But having said that, it's out there. But however, for a second opinion, let's look at the Schreff snow plume. SREF is the Short Range Ensemble Forecast System. And the mean on this particular model is, what? In fact, let me move the chart so you can see it there. It's under a half inch. So not much at all. And I think that might be closer to the truth for Birmingham. The bottom line is if you really want a good big blanket of snow, the Tennessee Valley, Huntsville, Athens, Decatur, Florence, Scottsboro, places like that. The snow accumulation for Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, much more iffy. It could be more freezing rain than snow Friday morning, but the potential is there. We'll see how it plays out. And again, early Sunday morning when we go with a clear sky, light wind, this is for Birmingham, you can see 20, but again, to the north where there's snow cover, we could see lows in the 10 to 15 degree range. And then next week, highs mostly in the 40s, lows mostly in the 20s. And then how about a tropical heat wave? On Saturday, the 18th, a high of 53. Yeah, and we'll actually be above freezing that morning if this works out. And let me see here. Let's see if we can get the latest CPC guidance. It was not in a few minutes ago when I did this, and it is still not in, but you get the idea. Temperatures will likely be below average over much of the contiguous United States. This is for the period January 15th through the 21st. So before we rehash everything, I got to roll some Children's of Alabama Kid Cam. I'm in schools every day, and we're back on the road. This is Gwynn Elementary in Hoover, the third grade. Don't you know they wanted to talk about snow today? They were great, and I got a snow cake. How about that? I think snow is on everybody's mind. That's outstanding. One of the lunchroom ladies made that. Wow, that's some talent right there. But great school, great teachers, and I love third grade. Those that know me know that one of my dream jobs would be a third grade science teacher. So again, if you are just joining us, We're live here at 2:37 on Friday. Thought I'd go in here and just kind of rehash everything quickly. We have a winter storm watch for Friday for areas north of a line from Millport to Birmingham to Sylacauga to Roanoke. The county's in blue on that map. But again, we stressed there could be some icing issues south of that. But the main impact will be in that winter storm watch area. We'll have a messy mix of weather coming in here Friday morning. That's Friday morning at 6 o'clock. Blue would be snow. And the pink shades, that would be sleet and freezing rain. And, of course, the green, it's just rain. And you can see potential for some wintry precipitation, maybe, just maybe as far south as Montgomery, Auburn, Opelika, Phoenix City. But any issues there would be very temporary. And then during the day Friday, you can see that warm air advection process with the wintry precipitation changing to rain. A cold rain Friday midday, Friday afternoon, except for the Tennessee Valley where they could stay in snow much of the day. And the whole thing winds down by Friday evening and Friday night. The Weather Service, pretty aggressive in their forecast. They've got amounts potentially in the 4 to 6 inch range. This is potential snow for the Tennessee Valley. Northeast of Birmingham, 2 to 3 inches. And then south of Interstate 20, about a half inch. Maybe Tuscaloosa, 1/2 to 1 inch. Tuscaloosa is very iffy on getting snow with this thing. But again, there should be a period of some freezing rain, if nothing else, on Friday morning. And again, the National Blend of Models, which is a really good product, it's showing a much lower potential. Still, over 2 inches for parts of the Tennessee Valley, lighter amounts down to the south. So we are still, 36 hours away from this thing. We'll obviously, with time, we'll have much better clarity. For those that are new here, we do these videos twice a day, typically in the morning about 5:30, in the afternoon about 2:45. Simulcast these on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. We have supplementary notes on the blog, alabamawx.com. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.